Okay, now I am going to talk about importance of fans. I am holding workshops and training courses. You wonder why the ants are important. So I thought this topic is also a very important one to conduct at the beginning of the training course. Next, we are looking at the classification of ants. You know that if you have a zoology background or biology background, ants are classified under phylum Arthropoda, class Insecta, family Formicidae. Then I think this is also important, how to distinguish a worker ant from other insects. You have to look at the insect. If it is a larger one, like one you can see with the naked eye, don't need to worry about seeing the features that I described here. But if it's a smaller one, you definitely need a microscope, low power stereo microscope, to see the features. When you check the structure of the ant, uh, and usually any ant has a petiole. So presence of a petiole only, or sometimes a petiole and a post petiole. That means uh, a petiole is a segment, separate segment, and then followed by another segment is there in some ants, that is called a post petiole, right? And which is actually found between the trunk and the gaster. In a minute, I'm going to show you this structure, a label by showing you a label image. So postpetiole is not present in all ants. That is what you should understand. That is when present, those segments are present between the trunk and the gaster of ants. Then the other feature is metapleural gland orifice present posterolaterally on the trunk. This is a feature you can see under low power microscope only. So let me show you the figure now. Assume, assume that you caught this ant and now observing it. This region is the head. This is the head region. On the head, you find this appendage antenna. So this is the head. This is an eye, and this is the antenna, right? And then this from here to here, from neck region to the end of this is called elytron. This area is elytron. And next you find the petiole segment. This is called petiole. And the next one, post petiole, if present only. In many ants, you might not find post petiole. Instead, you might find petiole only. And then in that case, gaster is uh, gaster is attached to the petiole. Gaster is attached to the petiole when the post petiole is not present. So this is the major. Actually, this figure labeled shows the major features that you should look at when considering or when determining if it is an ant or any other insect, right? Then I mentioned in here metapleural gland orifice. Metapleural gland orifice present posterolaterally on the elytron. Usually it's found here. Actually, if you are a participant with a zoology background, you can see here sort of very small what do you call openings, right? When look at the specimen under a low power microscope. Here in this image, it's not very clear. Metapleural gland opening usually is here. So if you, I don't know whether you will see it because I am very much familiar with it. Therefore, I am showing you the place where you find it. It's usually here. I can see it. Where do ants live? Ants live everywhere. Don't we see them everywhere in our surroundings? Usually, ants live in nests as colonies. These nests are also called ant hills. Nests are found in hidden corners of homes, behind the doors, somewhere in the roof, in kitchen cupboards, and many other places. Ants form subterranean nests. Subterranean means slightly below the soil level, so under the soil or inside the soil. Arboreal nest, that means on the trees, maybe in the tree trunks, or maybe among the leaves. Nest inside fallen twigs and among leaf litter. So if you just like look closely at any leaf litter, means like leaves will fall down from trees or plants and then get collected beneath the trees, so that you see many ants are moving here and there among leaf litter. Even if you actually want to change a flower pot from one place to another place, you will see many ants under the flower pot even. They are a major biotic component of forest, agricultural lands, bare lands, so you know that, right? I'm here. I wanted to, I added these images to show you several different and hills or nests. In your home garden, you might see this sort of area with tiny holes at the middle and a sort of hill, right? That means loosened soil uh, placed around that opening, right? Okay, so if you have seen this, definitely inside the soil beneath this structure, if you do shovel or try to open, find out there is an ant hill, or you can say ant nest. Many ants should live underneath. This is a sort of this is as I remember, this is Solanepsis invicta, fire ant nest. You can see how big it is and how many individuals should be there to make such a nest. These are my own photographs, including the one I showed you earlier. So Myrmicaria, this is there is an ant called Myrmicaria brunea. When we went to this Anuradhapura sampling, we have seen this everywhere, just surrounding the base of the plant, base of the tree, these huge nests, one, two, three, maybe several. I photographed just one, there were many, and we observed those. Then this is a Meranoplas bicolor nest. You can see how fine this is actually made, this entrance to the nest and also exit to the nest. And they are very clever. Okay, this I mean, you might see those again in Sudesh's presentation I mentioned earlier, but then this is where the Aneurotus simoni was found in some localities. Here you see Aneurotus simoni ants. When you break the bark, you see they are running here and there. So you can understand that this is a piece of wood which is almost decayed, and now you can say decaying, so that even within the bark of the twigs, decaying matter, you can find decaying plant parts, you can find ant nests, right? Even this sort of mud is on the leaf, but this mud actually is the nest of a Inotus simoni we found during one of our surveys. Again, within this, you can break the piece of wood, you find, then within that even you find the sand at the locations where we surveyed. Then this is one of the arboreal ants, Polyrachis rastellata, present in Sri Lanka. I found these, actually I picked the nest from the sort of lime trees, and it's amazing that this is the structure that you see. It's I have removed the upper cover because usually this part is covered by this upper leaf. So Can you see that structure? We can do it, but how can ants do that? But they do it. So within the this is structure nest, right? Look at this. This is amazing. This is some kind of decay in leaf litter, leaf parts, and this is where the protective places for the uh, life stages living inside this nest. They had, actually this is really interesting, I was amazed by this, separate chambers for all life stages, say for one for immature stages, one for the queen, developing pupae, and you can actually see how small the area available to them, but it's still within that. You can see many, these are life stages present within the chambers. Okay, now I would like to introduce adult caste in an ant colony to you. There are castes, right? CASTES. There are castes in any ant colony. So I want to explain that to you first. Ants are social insects. Social insects actually means they have adult caste, right? In all social insects, you have adult caste. Um, and they form colonies. Each colony may consist of workers without wings. They are called all females. Workers without wings, all females. D-elite queen. D-elite means wingless queen. D-elite means wingless. Winged females. Females with wings, and winged males. So we see workers around us in day-to-day life. All ants we see around us, mostly, majority are workers. Then what are the immature stages of ants? In the ant life cycle, they have eggs, larvae, pupae, and eggs hatch, larvae produced. From the larvae, pupae develop. And usually with the naked eye, if you observe an ant colony after disturbing the colony, you will see they are carrying some whitish structures. Whitish structures. Those are these eggs, larvae, or pupae. This is actually uh, two larval instars. Within the larvae also they have several stages. Those are called instars. So you see two larval instars here. You see here pupal stages, several pupal stages. And here I will explain this at the end of this talk. Here you might see these are flowers. In Sri Lanka, you see these as flowers ready to offer to Lord Buddha. You can pay some money and buy. No, don't misunderstand. In Thailand, this is ant brood, and eggs, basically eggs, larvae, and pupae collected from ant nest Dimia. Right. Now I'm coming to the major topic. Why are ants important? Do you think ants are important? Yes, I will begin with this role in the environment. They are very important as seed dispersers. They are very important as seed dispersers. Ants carry and deposit seeds and influence the survival, death, and evolution of many plant species. And carry and deposit seeds. Do they deposit intentionally? No. There are many ants attached to one nest, and then when they forage, they work, they crawl here and there long distances. While on their way to the nest, they drop the seeds. That is how they deposit seeds. Accidental drop. More than 3,000 plant species in the world are known to utilize ant assistance to be planted. This is called myrmecophore, and disperse seeds in the pieces of frugivores even. You know that many bats feed on fruits, and then when their feces contain seeds undigested, right? And the ants on the ground can collect those and actually carry to their nest in the manner that I mentioned. So what happens is they again drop, right? So they are a very important group of insects, and very important in the maintenance of plant composition in the natural forest. Here I'm talking about forest. So there are many published papers, and also there's a book on this. seed-dispersing ants, very interesting. Then ants are scavengers and clean our environment. So one example is Ambelea. We know that in many parts of Sri Lanka, Ambelea is a very common ant, Anoplophis gracilipes, outside and inside both. And what they do is scavengers. Scavengers means collect all decaying matter and carry those to the nest to feed the brood, and also especially larvae. Brood among the brood, larvae are the only needs feeding. Larvae are the only immature stage that requires feeding. So what happens is that automatically that action automatically cleans our environment. Actually, this is a video I recorded it. Look at it. This is Ambelea carina, dead insect. Ambelea carina, dead insect. I'll show you again. Can you see this? Ambelea carina, dead insect. So if there are 100 Ambeleas in the environment, you can actually imagine their role. Then another importance is they represent various trophic levels. In ecology, you actually learn about food chains, food webs. In there you learn predators, prey, herbivores, omnivores, and all that are very important components in the environment, because they are components in the food webs. So one example is that I will remind you here, a very common ant, Dimia, feeds on the termites, mango pest, and vegetable pest, and other insect pest, right? So that becomes a predator in the environment. So predator is a secondary consumer. So they have secondary consumer levels, and also there are some ants, they actually, especially Dorillus species, they attack termites in the environment. They feed on termites. So they are representing predator, or you can say secondary consumer trophic level. Then there are many other animals and insects in the our surrounding. They feed on ants. What are they? So here the ants are prey. There are anteaters, pangolins, for example, pangolins, and also there are birds that those feed on ants, and there are many lizards and snakes, and I mean they don't. I mean that's not their major food when I talk about the snakes, but they do feed on insects. And monkeys feed on ants as well. And some ants are herbivores, some ants are omnivores. So let me play this one and show you here. Ambelea is taking, this is my recording. Ambelea Anoplophis is attacking live termites. See, it's attacking live termites here and carrying those to the nest. Can I show you it again? See, these are termites. These whitish insects are termites. They are live, and these are Anoplophis gracilipes. So they are. Sorry about the voice there. Right. Then it's and Ecophilus maragdina is the Dimia. Ecophilus maragdina is the scientific name of Dimia, and it has been used for many years by human beings to control many pests as an agent of biological control. Then I here just quickly mention some examples, biological control. Ants that can be used for biological control. In Australia, Ecophilus maragdina is used to control cashew mosquito bug. In Thailand, Ecophilus maragdina, that is Dimia, we are talking about Dimia here, is used in mango fields. In Malaysia, cocoa board introduces black ant to the farmers to control insect pest of cocoa. In Indonesia, the fruit fly larvae in mangoes suggests that the use of I mean, this was a project that I came to know. So they showed that Odontopenera, that is an Ponera in ant, to control fruit fly larvae. Then moving on to soil dwelling ants, actually soil dwelling ants constitute a greater part of animal biomass in soil. And they're very important soil engineers that have a large impact on the soil ecosystem. So what are they doing there? The construction of ant nest changes. I showed you ant nest made on the ground. So that changes physical, chemical, and biological properties of the soil. In here, I am showing you. This is not made by me. This is I have taken this from an internet resource, but it's really interesting to see how ants build their nest. Just watch for 1-2 minutes. Nice, no? They are coming out, and then what do they do? What do they do? Drop the soil particles on this outside ridge. See how quick they are. They're dropping the soil particles, brim from underneath, and then drop those particles there, and then go again and bring some particles, soil particles. So this is how they excavate the nest. They excavate the nest. You can see how quickly they move and how many soil particles they bring per minute. Maybe we can't count even. They do it in very short time, in very short time. This is a Camponotus species. So see, bringing its using its mandibles, it's bringing its, each one is bringing soil particles between their mandibles, bringing between its mandibles. See, there's a huge soil particle bringing. This is the nest entrance and the nest exit. Nest entrance and the nest exit. Now, I would like to mention that some ants are agricultural pests, right? Some ants are agricultural pests. Not all ants are beneficial to human beings, right? For example, there is an ant called Solanopsis geminata. It's called red fire ant. In Sri Lanka, I have seen it's a pest of brinjal. They can destroy large brinjal plantations in several days. And Meranoplas bicolor, it's recorded as a pest of rubber. And many monomorium species, they are known as seed eaters. And some are vectors of other insect pests such as mealybugs, aphids, because I conducted this research, one of my fourth year students conducted long ago, that Paratichina longicornis is the black ant we see in day-to-day life, black ant moving very quickly here and there when disturbed. It's called black ant, and it spreads pineapple mealybug. This is, I mean, I thought that it's interesting to attract you for the presentation if I show you the ants. This is Solanopsis geminata image. This is Meranoplas bicolor. This is Paratichina longicornis. Then pineapples with infested mealybug colonies, because ants spread it and ants also protect the mealybugs. These are these white patches show mealybug colonies. Then, as I remember, this is the last importance that I'm going to mention you. Direct utilization as human food, animal feed, that is bird feed, and medicine. So there are, this is, I have summarized one under one subtopic, direct utilization. Direct utilization as human food. So I know countries such as Thailand, Cambodia, and Vietnam, Ecophylla brood is sold in markets as food. That is what I showed you earlier, right? And feed, especially for bird feed and fish baits, these ants ant brood is used, right? And in Sri Lanka, even ant brood is used as fish baits. And medicine, in China, arthritis, asthma, and cancer medicine, actually these are used by these people. One example is China, and uh, other way is that there may be many health food sold at the markets. Actually, health food is prepared from extracts of ants. Health food includes extracts of ants. Right, this is the market I mentioned, and these are like, this is a delicacy. People like it. This is eaten and sold. This is a vendor selling the brood of Ecophylla. Then these so that sold as a fresh product, and not that there I showed you. Here I am showing you that can be prepared as a crispy dish. Here crispy Ecophylla from Thailand. This is actually uh, fried. You can add spices and then you can make it tasty, right? And that is a delicacy really. These are Ecophylla queens. These are Ecophylla queens. So not in the dish, but workers are there as well. See, not only the brood, workers are there as well. So you can try them and eat them. Right. Now, harmfulness, how harmful they are, how harmful the ants are. Noxious bites and stings of ants. I'm sure you all have experienced it, at least few of you, right? If you walk in your home garden, or if you just re- if you just touch something on trees, uh, unknowingly, accidentally, you will be bitten or stung by ants, right? It's okay. What we do is we care, right? We think that it's nothing to care about. No, because you have to care about it. These noxious bites and stings of ants cause allergic reactions in human beings. You may be with like immunity. That immunity in your body can produce allergic reactions for such bites or stings, right? And also, noxious bites and stings of ants can cause allergic reactions in farm animals and domestic animals too. So that may cause the death of young animals. That may cause the death of young animals. So this actually from a Malaysian exhibition. Once I went there for a internet, conference. Then I showed you. Then I show you here uh, some photographs shown at the exhibition. It's not my own photos. That is why I'm mentioning. So you can see at the places where the person is stung, you can see this sort of allergic reactions, right? Maybe itchy, maybe this sort of appearance, reddish, and also mm, that person may feel sort of faintish, and there are many symptoms. So you have to be very careful if you are bitten by an ant. uh, Usually bitten by ant is wrong, but people in day-to-day life, they may use that word to explain what the ants does to us, right? Stinging is the correct term. uh, I met this girl at Kurunagal Hospital because she was hospitalized after this Odontomachus similimus stinging. Odontomatous is one spondylite gland seen on the ground everywhere, even in your home garden. Be careful if it is around. You can see that uh, it has this sort of elongate appendages called mandibles, but they don't bite. This is the important appendage for stinging, which is sting, sting, sting. Sting is the appendage which is used to sting, that means pierce your body, so that venom can be pumped into your body through this. If you are not allergic, I mean, if you don't have that sort of immunity in the body, there's no problem. But then if you are known for immunity diseases, immunity problems, right? Then, I mean, after eating something, that becomes allergic to you. After taking a medicine, that becomes allergic to you. So if you have such an histories, so that you need to be very careful. Okay, this is just a illustration to show you where is the venom gland, where the venom gland. This is the sting I showed you. This is the sting I showed you. To that sting, venom gland is attached inside the body, which is present inside the body. You don't see that from the outside. So that what happens is there is venom reservoir and venom duct. And I'm sorry, this is not the venom gland. This is called this is again a venom type of venom, but the name of the gland is Dewfur's gland. Dewfur's gland is associated with this venom reservoir and venom glands, right? Both. So this is secreted together with this one. So Dewfur's gland also secretes venom, but this may be present in some mans and this might not be present in some. So this is the one with the commonly seen uh, venom reservoir and venom glands, right? Venom is released along the venom duct, and when the ant stings you, that secretion is passed into your body. Oh, I'm sorry, this is repeated again. So this is repeated, right? I will omit this. What happened? Okay, thank you. Thank you for listening.